Hello, guys. We have another book. Hello, everybody. Look what we have. The dog who insisted he wasn't. Can you imagine a dog who insists that he's not a dog? By Marilyn Singer and illustrated by Kelly Oechsli. Hey, Samoa, it's a dog who insists that he is not a dog. Can you believe it, Wilson? Look at this, Wilson. Are you going to read for me? To my own Conrad and his good friend, Saskia. Hey, do you want to hear this? Conrad was a dog, but he refused to believe it. His mother had told him, Conrad, you're such a handsome dog. La 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 la, sang Conrad, so he didn't have to listen. Have you ever done that to your mom? La 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 la, so you don't have to listen to what she says? Bet you got in trouble. Did you get in trouble? Samoa, you get in trouble when you do that? One day he was adopted by a family who wanted a dog. They treated Conrad just the way a dog should be treated. Listen to this. He had 2 bright plastic dishes, one for dog food and one for water, Wilson. Yes. He had a comfortable piece of rug, a shiny collar, a long leather leash, and he was walked and brushed, patted on the head, like that, like this, woohoo, and given a wonderful life. He was given chewy biscuits. It was a wonderful life for any dog, but not for Conrad. As far as he was concerned, it was a dog's life, and he wasn't a dog. And if he wasn't a dog, he didn't want a dog's life. So he ran away, which is never the answer. I'm just saying. The street was full of people, all of whom he approached with what he thought was a smile. What a nice dog, everyone said. But I'm not a dog, said Conrad. He must be lost. I'm not lost. I ran away. Such a friendly dog, too. Maybe I'll take him. But by then, Conrad had already ran away. Shaggy, he doesn't think he's a dog. The sun was going down, and Conrad was tired. He had never been all alone before, far away from a warm bed and a good meal. Thank you. I certainly don't want to go poking in a garbage pail or sleeping in doorways. Only dogs do that, he thought. Maybe I should go back to the family, but he didn't really want to go back. Ew, I don't want to poke around in garbage pails. Shaggy likes to poke around in garbage pails. He does. Gets in trouble. Just then, a little girl and her father walked up to him. Hello, said the girl. Hello, answered Conrad. My name is Conrad. You're a handsome dog, Conrad. I'm not a dog. Oh, I beg your pardon. What? Asked the surprised father. He says he's not a dog. Oh, really? The father mumbled. Can I come home with you? Asked Conrad. I'll have to ask my father. What do you have to ask me? Can Conrad come home with us? Then she added in a whisper, I think he's hungry and thirsty. Well, all right. I hope your mother doesn't mind. But her mother didn't mind. In fact, she was pleased. I've always wanted a dog, she said. I like her. Please, Mama, he's not a dog. Don't be silly. No, dear, the father said. Abigail's correct. He's not a dog. Dinner time came and the family sat down to eat. Abigail's mother put a bowl of scraps on the floor for Conrad. But Conrad climbed up on the chair in the table and flashed his smile. Her mother looked at Abigail. "What's this?" she said. It's not good behavior. Don't insult him. Put his bowl on the table. So her mother did, and Conrad ate very happily. What happens after dinner? What do we do after dinner, Wilson? What do you do after dinner? What do you do after dinner, Shaggy? When bedtime came, Abigail's father offered to put a bit of a rug in Abigail's room for the dog, but when he went up there, Conrad was already asleep. He was snugly tucked under the blankets in Abigail's bed. It was rather crowded. The next morning, Abigail's mother woke up bright and early and went into the bathroom to brush her teeth. "Eek!" she yelled. Conrad was lying on his back in the tub, pretending to take a bath. He really does everything that humans do. Come on up here, guys. Abigail had to go to school, and of course Conrad insisted on going along. "What will your teacher say?" asked her father. "I'm sure she'll like him too." So Conrad accompanied her to school. Can you imagine taking your dog to school? "What do you mean bringing a dog here?" said her teacher. "He's not a dog." And her teacher decided that Abigail had a wonderful imagination and said that Conrad could stay the day. Wow, Conrad's gonna stay. A week passed and Conrad had been having a splendid time. Everyone liked him and no one called him a dog, at least in his presence. But then something silly happened. All the children told their parents about Conrad, and all the dogs listened. Pretty soon the dogs started telling the children, "I'm not a dog. Don't tell me I'm a dog. Don't call me a dog. I want steak, not dog food. I'd like a raincoat, like yours, and boots. What will you get me for my birthday? We're not dogs. We're going to go to school with you." Can you imagine what it looked like when all of them went to school? Do you think your teacher would be very happy if everybody showed up with a dog? And the children brought them to school. The classrooms overflowed with dogs. There weren't enough seats or lunches to go around, and the noise was deafening. I bet the dogs didn't behave very well. "What are all these dogs doing here?" Conrad asked, his nose in the air. "Listen, buddy, you're one yourself," challenged a boxer. "I am not." "Well, whatever you are, do be quiet about us being dogs. You'll spoil our fun," a poodle said. "Dogs don't belong in the classroom," Conrad began, but he was interrupted by the entrance of the principal. Dun, dun, dun. It's the principal. Do you think she's going to say, "Oh, how lovely, 30 dogs"? "This is outrageous," she said. "Something must be done. All of you, take these dogs home at once." "They're not dogs," the children shouted back. Abigail's teacher told the principal she'd fix things, and she took Abigail aside. "Look, Abigail," she said, "I know Conrad isn't a dog, but you must take him home. Otherwise, these other dogs won't leave." "Ms. Marsh, I know he really is a dog. It's Conrad who won't believe that he is." The little girl knows. "Oh, I see. Then we must convince him. But how?" "Well," and they thought of a plan. Then they told the other children about the plan. And the children told their parents. And everyone hoped it would work. Do you know the plan? Wilson, do you know what they're going to do? Hey, Shaggy, do you know the plan? What are they going to do? The next morning, Conrad went down to breakfast. Eagerly awaiting the bacon and eggs. Instead, he got a bowl of lumpy oatmeal. "What's this?" He made a face. "Oatmeal. People like it, but dogs don't." Abigail said, "Where's my bacon and eggs? We don't eat that every day." "Oh," said Conrad. He didn't touch his oatmeal. "Conrad, you look dirty. You need a bath," Abigail's father said. "But I already had one," answered Conrad. But Abigail's father didn't hear him. He carried the dog upstairs and plopped him in the bubble bath. "Tooey! Bubble, bubble, bubble." Conrad spit the soap from his mouth. "Let me out of here." He struggled hard, but he couldn't get away until he was washed, then dried. Hey, at least they dried him. Oatmeal? Ugh! Right? A poodle at school was complaining when they got there. "I never want to eat that for breakfast again." "Yeah, and I never want to take another bubble bath. They're for sissies," added the boxer. Conrad didn't say a word. Ms. Marsh put some math problems on the board. "All right now, class, I want you to finish these in 10 minutes. The dogs, as usual, sat and watched the children work. "Let me see your papers." "Why, where's yours?" Ms. Marsh said to the poodle. "And yours," to the boxer. "And especially yours, Conrad." "Where's your math, Shaggy? Get your math done." "Samoa, where's your math?" "Samoa, come show me your math, please." The dogs began to protest. "Silence," said Miss Marsh. "You are all punished. No lunch, no playtime, nothing, nada." So while everyone else ate lunch and played outside, the dogs had to sit quietly with their heads on the desks. Because that really is something that happens with humans when you get in trouble at school, right? The next day for breakfast, let's see. By the end of the day, they were all disgusted. "Ugh, this is for the birds," said the boxer. "I'm going back to being a dog." "Me too," said the poodle. "Me too," chorused the others. While they all walked home slowly, Conrad turned to Abigail. What if I pretended to be a dog? Just pretended?" "What about it?" said Abigail. "Would I have to eat oatmeal?" No. Mm-mm. Would I have to take a bubble bath? No. No. Would I have to do arithmetic? Math? No. Conrad was silent for a while and then he said, could I chase cats? Yes. And bury bones and play frisbee? Yes. Yes. And would you still love me? He asked in a very shy voice. Oh, Conrad, of course I would. After a pause, he said, okay then, I'll pretend to be a dog. The next day for breakfast, he ate dog food from his own bright plastic dish. He wore a shiny collar, and he was walked on a long leather leash. Abigail brushed him, patted him, and started for school. Bye, Conrad. Be a good dog. I'll see you later. As he watched her leave, Conrad wanted to run after her, but he didn't. And then when she came home, they went to the park together and ran with the other children and their dogs. So that's how Conrad, the dog who insisted he wasn't, pretended to be a dog. And as far as I know, he's still pretending. Maybe life as a dog isn't so bad. What do you think, Wilson? Do you like being a dog? Does Wilson like being a dog? Wilson likes being a dog. Huh, Wilson? She's a cuddle bug because he gets to cuddle with me. Hey, Shaggy, do you like being a dog? Cosmo, do you like being a dog? And Samoa is jumping up and down trying to get on the bed, but I've seen him get up on this very bed before. So, he likes being a dog. We'll see you next time.